Terry Steele here with the Gifted Life podcast crew, and we are telling inspiring stories from Transplant Games 2018. This is one of those stories that will unfold today. So this is Isaiah. This is his beautiful wife, right?
Amen.
Your number one supporter.
That is correct.
I love it. So you are just fresh from the bowling alley.
I am.
How are your skills out there?
Well, it could have been a little bit better, but I did my best,
Yeah.
and I had fun.
That's what it's all about, right?
That's what it's all about.
So
Have
we're
fun.
at the games, we're honoring donors, we're celebrating life, especially you.
That's right.
Yeah. So heart transplant recipient.
Heart transplant recipient back in 2013, October.
Yeah.
Be 5 years this October, and it's been a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us about life before you had to be pretty sick, right?
Well, yes, I was before my transplant, and I have to say that I'm blessed to have a transplant. Before I was, I couldn't operate. I couldn't function.
Yeah.
I remember one morning I walked to my mailbox, and I had to stop to get back because I was out of breath. And then what really got me was the morning I got out of my bed and sat on the side of my bed, and I couldn't breathe, and something was wrong, and went to the doctor, and they told me I was diagnosed with congested heart failure, and which was no cure. So they put me on medication, dobutamine, and then they give me an LVAD. And I'll be honest with you, I found out during my time at Oxner how many young folks that need hearts. And I didn't think I would receive a heart.
Really?
I really didn't. I had gotten comfortable with my LVAD,
Oh, yeah.
I really had. I figured that was it, and I was satisfied there.
Oh, okay.
And the LVAD was giving me some problems also. Seemed like every time I went to my checkup, I would have problems with my LVAD. But that particular morning, that Thursday morning,
Remember it like it was yesterday, right?
it's like it's yesterday.
Yeah.
That Thursday morning, I went, and that LVAD, it said, you can go home, because normally it kept me. It said, you can go home. And I went home. But I went that morning, I wanted to get a flu shot. Well, I forgot. After they told me I could go home, I was excited about going home. So I forgot about my flu shot.
Oh.
So that Friday morning, I called back and told the nurse I needed to set up a appointment to get the flu shot.
Yeah.
And she kind of was nonchalant, yeah, you need a flu shot, huh, Mr. Douglas? And I kind of took offense to that,
Yeah.
I really did,
Yeah.
I said, well, yeah, I need a flu shot. She said, okay, I'll set your appointment. Well, what it was, she knew I had a heart coming in, but she couldn't inform me at that time.
Oh.
And then that's like 9 o'clock that morning.
Yeah.
Around 11 o'clock, she called me back.
Oh my gosh. Look,
And-
and I like how you remember the date. You remember the times.
Yes.
And it must be the same for you, right?
I remember it's like you said, like it was yesterday. It was like, and I just burst out in tears, and I thank God.
Yeah.
I thank God.
So it was a struggle, we know, and then
It was.
we see you doing all of these things, not only in everyday life, but when you come to the games and you interact with these folks. But so tell us about life pre-transplant, post-transplant, drastically different.
Yes, it is. Pre-transplant, he was sick. The LVAD, he had problems with it. The butamine was okay, but eventually that stopped working. So then he went to the LVAD, and so I'm thinking about it. He was always hurting, and I said, probably because you don't have no meat.
Oh, yeah.
He was thin then. So he's
Healthy now, you're healthy.
So he's healthy now. He's picked up his weight. So we're able to travel, spend time with the family. Then he was able to go back to work at the recreation center, and he kind of likes that. And
I love it.
yeah, so he's just able to do normal things that everybody else can do.
Yeah. So a selfless someone, we don't know the name of that
who it
person.
No, I
is.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't, but I thank God for it every day.
So I'm just curious. So you get diagnosed with heart failure, LVAD. You're going to need a transplant. Did you know anything about donation? Did you see it in a positive light? What was your take?
Well, no, being aware, no. I mean, I knew about it, but you never take that serious. That's the bottom line. You just because you think you go, we all think we gonna live forever,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and I didn't think nothing about it
Yeah.
until
So you lived it.
I lived it.
You walked it.
Like as they say, till it hit my backyard.
Yeah.
And I tell them, and I'm just an advocate. Look, donate, 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 and I wear my shirts all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they love that, and
I like it.
I mean, it's just something I think that everybody should be aware of.
Yeah.
That you should donate,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, because that particular night with my transplant, I think that guy saved at least 4 people's lives
Yeah.
that night. So that's a blessing,
Yeah.
you know. That's
And I'm thinking, oh, you got this heart, you got this new lease on life.
yes,
There's a purpose for you.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
love the smiles, guys.
I sure hope so. It's a purpose, you know. You know, we had a pretty decent life before the, you know, but we have a wonderful life now.
I like that.
We have a wonderful life now.
That is beautiful. So we're at the Transplant Games. A lot of folks on social media have been asking, like, tell me about these Transplant Games. Is this something that I should look into? You guys say?
I think so. They're awesome. I mean, the first time we went was in Houston.
What, you're veterans?
Right. We went to Houston, we went to Cleveland, and now we're in Salt Lake City. And just to see the people who have received transplants is amazing. I mean, because we probably came from a culture where people don't really do organ donation. So it's been educating, it's been uplifting, it's been amazing. We get to see some of the people that we met, you know, we've formed some relationships. But just to see the transplant patients get out there and compete at the level they compete is awesome.
I think so too.
I mean, it for me, I tell you, it's like a family reunion. And what got me at the opening ceremonies when they done tribute to the ones that didn't make it back this year. And that kind, you know, that
hits
gets
home.
It does. It hits home. It really does. And you get, every time I tell my story, I get emotional. But the other night at the ceremony, when they did the tribute, it really hit home. Because you know, you here now, and you have to appreciate this time. You have to appreciate it, and that's it. It just.
Yeah. So at LOPA, we focus on educating. We appreciate, yeah, I know you're going to make me start crying too. So we focus on education. We use stories like yours to go out into the community. We want to push that message. We want to save more lives
Yes.
like yours, right?
Yes,
And we appreciate you working with us.
I appreciate you
We
all.
appreciate
I
everything.
appreciate
It's
everything.
it's just been awesome.
Yeah. So the Gifted Life podcast crew here in Utah, bringing you inspirational stories just like this one. We've talked to folks in different states and different countries. Donation seems to be the same. These folks are heroes who save lives,
Yes,
right?
they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are
Right.
heroes. They're my hero.
And you're here in honor of yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
We appreciate you guys. I enjoyed watching you out there. It's crazy to believe that just 5 years ago,
Yes.
we didn't know this would be possible, right?
No, we didn't know it.
All right.
And I'm looking forward to my pickleball game.
I like it. Let's bring home some medals of pickleball. I like that. All right, we're at the Transplant Games 2018, Salt Lake City, Utah, finding stories like this to bring home to you. More to come.